listening to Girth and Mirth Bears on the PJ and Friends Radio Network, Dallas, Texas. You're listening to Girth and Mirth Bears on the PJ and Friends Radio Network, Dallas, Texas. The views and opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect those of the station, owners, management, and sponsors. If you find any content disagreeable, you may exercise your right to change the channel. And now, on with the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, April 16th. You're on the air with the Girth Mirth Bears podcast. You have in the house today, we have Keith, we have Randy, and we have Forever Jr.
Yeah.
Hey, star of the show.
Starina?
Yes. Yes.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Who does that intro for you? It's very dynamic.
I have a voiceover guy that I that does a lot of my voiceovers for different things. I have a bunch of different stuff that we do depending on what I'm doing here. Let's see, go over here. He did a lot of commercials for me, and
when PJ had his radio show, he had the guy.
PJ and Friends. On the PJ and Friends Radio Network, Dallas. PJ and Friends playing the best hits of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and today.
Anyway, so yeah, so it's I pay a guy. I bought him years ago, and then there's another guy that does some other stuff. A lot of the commercials I used to do. I don't do them anymore.
Whatever happened to Ivan? We hadn't heard from him in a while.
He's out there.
Yeah, I'm sure
He's out there.
Ivan, we haven't heard from you. So how you doing?
I don't know Ivan. Who's Ivan?
He's the guy that Ivan Smith, the guy that does porn.
Crickets. I see crickets behind those eyes.
So like the guy that does porn. Well, which guy does porn, right?
I don't watch porn. I don't even really know what that means.
Yeah, right.
What?
So, good morning, Carlos. If you're out there listening to us, we're going to look forward to seeing you this afternoon with your all chubby, lovely, handsome self.
Mike and Jesse are with us so far.
Oh, good. Good morning, guys.
Okay, yeah, I don't have the notes up yet. So,
it's an early Saturday morning.
It is an early. So we're going to a pool party later, and we want to go and help set up. So we want to try. We did this a little early, which means poor Keith had to get up early again. He sacrificed himself once again for the show.
I got up about the same time as normal. I just got started earlier than normal Saturday. I would be cooking breakfast and making coffee and watching a little TV. I haven't saw Master Chef yet this week, so I got to watch Master Chef Junior.
I hadn't seen Picard or Moon Knight. What you got up early too? You got up early too. We stayed out late.
I get up pretty much the same time every day.
So you're ready to go. Yeah. Randy's better half or worse half, we're not quite sure yet. Mark is getting a haircut. And last night I was like, "Dang, your hair looks good. You don't have very much to cut." He goes, "Well, it still needs to be trimmed." So I guess he likes it a certain length.
So we got Mike Ullery watching. Do we know Mike? Welcome, Mike. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, Randy, what's going on in your world this week?
Not a lot. I've been starting to get the garden into shape and been buying plants to plant in the ground, and did a little bit of that yesterday. I had foot surgery about 6 weeks ago, so I still have to kind of easy. It starts to hurt if I'm on it and do too much activity. So that's kind of my focus right now.
When is the first
ready to go? As soon as the pool warms up.
Yeah.
We don't have a heater.
The water gets cold. I was working on my mom's pool last week and had to get down in just knee deep, and it was cool, but I totally could have handled it.
You chunky dunked that.
I haven't checked the water lately. I don't know how chilly it would be. We actually last fall we were still swimming the end of October. It was cool but not uncomfortable. So
that's good.
Into October. Wow.
Yeah.
It seems like I start in April and usually finish in September, early September.
Is he?
Early to mid, in my mom's.
Yeah. Here, do me a favor. Let's switch mics because I don't think yours is working.
Yeah, yours is kind of popping in and out.
Does it need a battery?
No, I changed it.
Okay.
Well, you're not right.
Can y'all hear me now? Oh, now I can hear myself.
Yeah. That's better, much
I
better.
couldn't hear me earlier, so
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So anyway, sounds like your pool's ready. Your mom's pool's ready. I know Carlos has got his pool ready. They went looking for some sort of thing to kind of put up over the net, create shade.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were looking for last weekend. So I don't know.
Well, I thought they had bought some of those big cell things
That's
that
what
they put across the pool last year, but they didn't keep
They
them
did?
up. I
Remember that?
thought he did, and then they tried to put them up, or
They've got a lot of space to cover.
They do have a lot.
To the other,
Right.
so.
Yeah,
It's a big backyard.
but it's a nice pool. He's got a nice pool, and it's salt water, and he could heat it up, but it's expensive to heat up a pool. Really, yeah.
Now,
But,
if you heat it up like a week or two early leading into the warm weather, it's okay. But if you heat it up and then it's cold that night, it's, once the heater's off, it's gone. So.
And today's party, they heated the pool, and it's not a big grand pool, but it's a very pretty color. It's blue. It makes it look deeper. So
yeah, they have a nice setup.
yeah, they do. And
Really
he's
nice
that
setup.
barbecue cooking area, which is just really nice. I like it.
That's what I want.
I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a nice spot in a really nice neighborhood.
They were talking about who they were going to get to barbecue because apparently they like barbecuing, but none of them really do it beyond like a hot dog or something. I volunteered you.
You did.
I said, well, Keith will do it. He has a onesie for it.
I will.
A onesie, really?
Well,
you never saw the videos.
Obviously.
There's some of them on my bigger city profile. I can show them to you. They're on my phone. We were at Grizzly Pines, and it was December, but we had stopped. Me, Carlos, and James went. We stopped and bought a bunch of stuff to grill fajitas. We stopped at a little Mexican store to get the already pre-marinated fajitas. And the first night we got there was like 19 degrees. It was like super, super cold. But the second night it was only in the 40s. So I had on my singlet.
Oh, that kind of onesie.
Yeah.
My singlet and was out there dancing and grilling, and the dancing was more to stay warm than anything, I think. But
then what? You bought a gourd. Where did we get? We
got the gourd from Paul and Don from Alabama.
Right. And you wore that for a little while.
I wore that at MCA. Oh, I did wear it the next year at Grizzly Pines.
Oh, did you have that go over?
Oh man, I got a lot of attention. I had so many people come over to touch it to see if it was real. It's like, I get there before and it's like, how you doing? And then we're there for the White Elephant gift exchange where y'all know how that works.
Right.
All right. So we get down there for that and I wear it to that and it's like, bam, center of attention, man. Until they found out it wasn't real. Fucking size queens, man.
Huh.
Well, that's something we haven't done. Me and PJ haven't done Grizzly Pine. Have you been to Grizzly Pine?
Yeah, I've been there a few times. We usually have been going Memorial Day weekend.
What's coming up?
You got to book that way in advance, don't you?
Yeah, typically. We're not going this year because we're doing the cruise in the middle of May. So
Right.
we're not going up.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot just in the maybe 3 or 4 years that I've been going. They've been expanding it a lot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not quite the same kind of small, intimate kind of place. It's
Right.
got a lot more people. And, they've improved the facilities a lot. But
Yeah.
I think the overall atmosphere is changing a lot.
And so I've been 3 times, and every time I've been, everyone there was so nice.
Yeah,
So
the people
it's
are nice.
Great.
Definitely.
There's so many there that live there, year round, and it's nice.
Living out in the wooded area in the country is something I'm looking forward to. When I was a kid, we were in a farm. We were way outside of town, about maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles before you really got into town.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated it, but now I kind of want to go like, oh yeah, I like that.
Well, a mile and a half's not that far.
We weren't allowed to go outside the perimeter. There was a perimeter. There was a yard, and they made sure we stay within that perimeter. And when you got 5 boys who want to go running, and exploring, and go in the woods, and so a lot of the Cajun kids that were there, that's all they did was go in the bayous, the woods. They were gone. But Dad kept the leash on us, and no guns. We didn't have any guns, but he had a shotgun and a pistol. But yeah, we never went hunting, but it'd been nice. Randy, have you ever hunted? Learn how to hunt?
No, my dad was. We lived in the country like until I was in. Well, mom and dad were farmers until I was in like 5th, 6th grade, actually. So my dad didn't. Well, he always carried a shotgun with him when he was out in the field, in case like a fox or something like that was in the area, because the fox like to come in the evenings and at night and get into the chickens and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and then in the fall he would sometimes get a pheasant or two. So that's about all the hunting he did, though, and it just never really appealed to me. So
I don't.
I maybe shot a gun maybe once or twice.
You didn't like it?
Well, I was pretty young.
Oh, okay. I love shooting guns. I don't own any, but I like.
As an adult,
like
I've not shot a gun.
Yeah.
And I'm not even inclined to want to.
So when we were in Vegas that last time for Bigger Vegas, on the way from the airport to our hotel, we saw a truck driving around on the outside, and it was like shoot AK-47s and AR-15s, and they had, and I wanted to do that. And there's a guy I'm friends with on Facebook, but never actually met him. He went and done that while he was there, while we were there. And I had nobody who wanted to go shoot guns with me.
You know, it was odd to see who mentioned that he actually shot a machine gun. Sam.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He liked it.
Yeah, apparently he and Doug are going to bond over some machine guns.
Fuck yeah. They're fun to shoot, man. They really are.
Well, we watched that movie the other day, and these guys are shooting like this and like this, and that sucker's going to have a kick, right? So there's no way they're not breaking their wrists doing this stuff, man. But
the star's here.
Yep, he is. He's here.
He's here. He's making his round.
He's making sure everybody's approved to be in the room.
Like, what the fuck y'all doing?
So, speaking of movies, we went and saw that.
Ambulance.
That was a good movie.
That was a very good movie.
It was funny.
Shit?
It
was long. I didn't realize how long it was till we got out of there. I guess because there was so much action and it just kept going.
Here's one spoiler about it, though. The bad guys couldn't shoot anybody. They shot, and the cops are like here and he's here, and they got we're talking the very weapons we're talking about. They shot nobody but the cop, and that was at close range. That one cop at close range.
Right.
I'm like, this should have been a sign you shouldn't be robbing this bank.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, they're stormtroopers. They can't hit nothing.
Yeah. And then the thing that was good about the movie, and I liked it all, it was good. But every time they were chasing after the ambulance, police cars would wreck.
Oh, yeah, it was great. I was cheering for the bad guys.
Serious wreck. Yeah. And those cops either got killed or were pretty badly maimed.
Right.
It's like, but anyway. That one guy, I really like to know if he died. He was kind of a sergeant. He had the dog called.
I think he died.
Yeah.
We're sort of letting things go here, but I don't care.
Yeah. I liked his character. He was a smart ass. That's my dog. Who's got my dog?
One good thing he had was the dog.
Right.
And again, the Michael Bay. Movies are usually flawless, but there's a scene where the guy's partner that got shot, the guys who's trying to chase down the bad guys. They're in one of the unmarked police cars, and the dog is in there. What was his name? I forget what his name is, but so and so. Who's got my dog? Who's my dog? And he's in the back seat. And there's a scene where he on the phone, the owner is saying, "Down, boy, down, whatever it was," and then you see the handler in the back seat pull down the dog, so he lays down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a split second, but you can see it.
Yeah, so I didn't notice it.
But now we have to go back and watch it.
I have to watch it again. Darn it!
It was a good movie.
It wasn't a bad movie at all.
I'd like to see. That was a good movie. Yeah. The next one I'm looking forward to would be Doctor Strange in the Universe of Madness or Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting. But here's the thing: they're showing so much during the previews that the movie's got to be. You know what I mean? If what you would think this would be stuff that would be at like the pinnacle of the movie. So if they're showing that, what how good is the other?
You know how secretive Disney is. There's a lot that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the big thing is that Doctor Strange is going to lead the way for a new cinematic Marvel universe to be developed.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So for the next Avengers, so Avengers aren't going to be the same. They're going to be whole set of new Avengers, and Avengers was always meant to be rotating characters
Right.
in and out,
Right.
so that their comic book that wasn't doing so well,
Could
they go ahead and integrate it to the Avengers and try to get them.
They were very smart with how they did stuff.
Right.
Yeah, Marvel did a lot of tricks, so like X-Force, X-Factor, X-Men, Uncanny X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just took the same group of guys, mixed them up, and shoved them out there.
So, DC was recently sold to, or Warner Brothers, the whole thing was sold to a company. I want to say it's Discover or something or other. And that was finalized last week. It was actually finalized last week. And now they're talking about redoing DC. And I don't know what that means. There's some articles I've read that talk about they want to sort of go along the path of Marvel, where they're interactive, because they turned this into a money-making machine, and they've all done very, very well.
Right.
And you have all these amazing characters and all these amazing, but they fractured the universe so much, and they're going to rely on this multiverse even on their side of things. Well, and you only do so much with that if you don't tee it up. If you don't tee it up just right, everybody now knows if you see a Marvel movie, there's going to be at least one or two scenes at the end, and that matters. It really does matter to what's going to come next.
Right.
And DC has an opportunity to do this, and I hope to God they get their act together, because I'm really tired of seeing Batman start over again, or Superman start over again, or I want them to continue.
DC had a multiverse comic book, right?
Did they?
And they went back and they went back and cleaned house. They got rid of a lot of characters and storylines. They wrapped it up. It wasn't like in Secret Wars, but it was something else. But they went in there and they cleaned out DC Comics for.
Is that like the 52?
It is the 52. I was just fixing to say that. I just didn't want to interrupt. But with the Flash and his ability to travel time in the multiverse. So I think
fucks things up.
I think the multiverse stuff really started with him, but Marvel beat him to the punch, getting it into the theater.
They thought it out.
Right.
But DC cleaned itself up. But the rebooting, reboot. You guys stop.
Right.
Take the character and just kind of work it out where it's a new guy. So you got a new actor. Okay, so
right.
Anyway, that's us. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it, and I'm making PJ mad because I'm playing with the mic.
No, it doesn't bother me. You play with it, is that you don't know how to play with it.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm always so disappointed with the comic book movies whenever the source material is there. How do you fuck it up? I mean, it's sold millions of copies. The fans are there. They love it. Then you change it and you fuck it all up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They're talking about changing.
Nobody knows.
Okay, trouble. See those buttons here? What are you trying to do? Lower it?
No, leave it.
All right, baby. I want you. Want you to be comfortable. You are the star of the show. We know where we sit. Okay.
Okay.
Drama.
Anyway, so there's a lot of source material for the movies, and my favorite is Aquaman, Shazam, and of course Henry Cavill as Superman. But I like him better in The Witcher.
I don't know. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if they've gotten away from what they can do with that, because Black Adam, for example, and Shazam are supposed to be in the same universe, right? The challenge is Black Adam's got more oomph to it than Shazam does. It's really hard to see. Yeah. It's all with the way they've done this is like he's going to come down to Shazam's level, or he's going to have to figure this out a lot quicker. Maybe in the next movie that he would have had some experience and knows what he's doing, kind of thing. But I just don't know. It just seems like this what's going to come from Black Adam is going to be a little more oomph to it, a little more darkness to it than I think Shazam really went for.
It's Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. And at one point he wanted Henry Cavill, but the further and further we get away from it, I don't think there's going to be anything more Snyder to this. I really don't. I wish there was more, but it won't happen.
Yeah. But anyway, so moving along, next topic we need to review is
I don't know.
I've got a comment.
Okay.
The big news yesterday that Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter.
I have no idea why.
I was wondering
because
that
he
too.
can.
Because he can, but and then he said something about saving it or helping the future or something.
Well, he said he wants it to be a platform that's less restrictive on.
Well, wait. So who cares? Who here uses Twitter anymore?
I've never been on Twitter.
I've never embraced it. So,
I hear there's a lot of porn on Twitter.
Really?
well, maybe he's a porn freak.
Well, the only person I know that used Twitter was
Trump.
and he tweeted his ass off. So
Is him and Elon friends? Maybe he's going to let.
That's one of the things I'm wondering.
I don't know if they are.
yeah, I'm lifting the ban on Trump. He could tweet all he wants. Donald Trump's 70+ years old. Any attention he gets is good because if they took the attention away from him, he'd wither away and die.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what restrictions there are on Twitter. I know Facebook, but I think Twitter's the same. As they just tried to stop the spread of misinformation,
which is good. I mean, yeah,
I don't know how you do that when you have hundreds of millions of people.
Right.
How do you screen every post?
Well, there's an algorithm that
It is.
pulls out that stuff because Keith knows. He's been on Facebook jail. He just posted something with just a little bit of a hint, and he's like, "You're in jail."
Right.
It's like, fuck, man. There's nothing wrong with that picture. But,
Yeah. Anytime I share something, lately that has anything COVID on there, it'll tell you there's COVID stuff on here, and do you want to share this? Okay, maybe it's not true, or have you researched this?
Yeah.
Which
is.
And they do that about certain other things too.
Yeah.
I post pictures of plants. That's about all I do.
That's why you keep getting banned.
And
Those mushrooms aren't what you think they are.
I'm with you, Randy. I like looking at my. I got a lot of people who build models the way I like, and I'm on there like, oh my god, that looks cool. I want that, and I'm gonna save the picture so I know I can look for that later. So, but I am. I got 2 plants at work. I got a poinsettia, and it's still alive. And the girls were going like, "Oh God, it's got green leaves now." I mean, because it's blooming. I need dirt. I need to bring it home, or pot it with some good soil because it's got very little. And then one of my friends, coworkers, gave me a plant, two little stringy leaves. I'm like, "What is this?" It looks like an ivy. No, it's not an ivy. It's okay, because I had a plant that had it was a stalk. It was cactus rose.
Oh.
And it only had like a couple little leaves. She said, "Well, you watered it too much." And it died. Like, oh shit, I should have never gave it to you. And then I brought another one and I gave it to her. I'll bring it back on Monday. And I ain't seen it yet. So I'm like, oh my God, it died too. But anyway, it was just a little bitty
murderer.
So I didn't kill it. I got proof in there. I got a plant that when Steve passed away, they gave him a peace lily, and I call it Steve. And that thing's big and bushy, and I still have it. And then I got a corn plant, and then I had I lost some plants. This weekend Sunday is going to be Steve's birthday. He'd have been 62. Yeah, 62. He's born in 1960, 62 years old. Wow. I can't believe how old we are. We're getting old, aren't we? I don't know about you, but
I refuse to get old.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I don't know. But anyway.
So I'm never growing up.
Huh?
Good luck with that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, well, shit.
Oh, we got a birthday coming up a couple of weeks. It's going to be...
We got Mark's.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be turning 50.
A lot of 50s this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Doug's turning 50. Mark's turning 50. Randy's got something planned for Mark.
Adam's turning 55 this year.
Wow.
All youngins, they need to respect their elders.
I'm turning 69 this year.
Yeah,
that's a good number.
Age. That's a good age.
Yeah. And then Steve turned 60.
It's so silly because in like when we're having chorus rehearsal and our conductor is saying, we go to measure this or that page or whatever. Anytime he says, "Oh, it's right on measure 69," everybody's just twittering or tweeting, it's like
69.
How many times, can we make that a joke? I don't know.
Speaking of birthdays, though, you took Stephen out to the Arboretum, right? He has that illness gone away, or
yes?
What illness?
He broke out from something there. He doesn't know what.
Yeah, we don't know if they just assume it's from the Arboretum. He had started itching and had little blisters on his fingers and had red marks all over his arms and his
Did
legs.
you touch anything?
He says he didn't, but
I don't
remember him touching anything.
You've been there before, though, so he's never had that before.
Yeah, I
right?
don't.
Well, we haven't been together. I don't know when was the last time he went. I went about 4 years ago with my mom.
Yeah,
I know we were walking out, and I was walking by a flower thing, and I been over to smell it and sucked it right into my nose. I was way too close.
Generally, something like that's not airborne. It's usually ingested. Like it's an allergy that you can ingest, but maybe because I've never
Well,
seen.
it might not have been anything there. It could have been just anything.
It could have been something at Enchiladas. We had a nice meal at Enchiladas that morning. And it could have been any number of ingredients that were added that he just like, oh, guess what? You're allergic to this. I wonder if he's going to do an allergy test. I know PJ's saying your sinuses are messed up. Mine are. And I'm trying to get a grip on it. It's getting better, but I don't think it's going to get any better. So I have to find out what allergies I'm going to get allergies.
You take a daily allergy pill?
Zyrtec every day.
Zyrtec.
Flonase every day. And what else? Right now I'm on Z-Pack, and tomorrow's my last dose to see if I can break it.
So I thought he gave you another one.
You did?
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
I used to take a Claritin every day, but my urologist said that was one of the reasons why I was peeing so much. So I stopped and was only taking it 2 or 3 times a week. Now I only take it if I'm going to be outside.
Yeah, I take it and I'm trying to get a grip on it because at work I'm like,
Yeah,
I make you the bubble boy.
yeah,
Bubble.
bubble boy.
You go outside.
We go snot.
no, the bubble, the guy, boy in the bubble.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought he was talking about snot bubbles.
But that too. But that too. Okay.
So Randy, y'all practicing some singing? Anything coming up?
Well, actually, I decided not to sing this concert because I'm not going to be here when they perform it in July, and I'm not going to New York when they go perform at Kansas or at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, you said you did that already, so you're done.
Yeah, so I'm not rehearsing right now. I'll pick it up again in the late summer for the fall and holiday concerts.
Oh yeah, the Christmas thing. Yeah, the one where we got sick. Damn, man, what the hell? We
Right.
keep getting sick.
COVID would go away.
Yeah, yeah. Gonna
Just
get
won't.
yeah.
So I talked to Joel yesterday. Well, it was a bigger city chat. Told him hi because I hadn't seen him in a while. Tulsa Joel.
Okay.
Right. So he just went to Ireland for a few weeks, and then
I'd love to do
I think
that.
he said he stopped by Manchester, and then he tested positive for COVID, so he couldn't fly back into the States, but he could into Canada because there's no restrictions there. So one of the guys he was traveling with actually lives in Quebec, so they flew into Quebec and he stayed there for a week, and now he's back home.
That's pretty harsh. You can't go home, but at least he has somewhere to stay and,
Mm-hmm.
and actually go see some other sites. I got a trip planned for us. We're going to go probably in August. I want to go to the Grand Canyon. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to drive to the Grand Canyon and then drive home. I want to see the Grand Canyon.
Was this at all inspired by Rick's pictures this week, or what?
No, I didn't see Rick. Who's Rick?
Rick, Daryl's partner.
No.
Yeah, he's in the Grand Canyon hiking right now. He's been
Really?
posting some beautiful pics all week. Have you seen him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't see him. Yeah, I was going to talk to PJ about it. You know, I was like, but I hadn't
you
gotten
are
around.
now.
But yeah, but since we're talking about travel,
Surprise!
but I want to go to the Grand Canyon and just a road trip.
Yeah, I wish I'd have done that when we were in Vegas.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go to Wonderfest,
No,
even though I want to so bad. It's just
don't go.
I just don't.
Don't
want to.
go.
Yeah.
See,
Don't.
He asked about his tax return money. He said, well, if I use this, I said, well, yeah, go if you want to go. But this is just for there. That's not getting there and staying. I said, then you can't go.
Yeah, it was like $1,900. Oh, this is spending money. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Drives down there in a truck and has to rent a U-Haul to come back with all the models he buys.
Talk to Keith why we got to move the garage yet again because we got more boxes.
And then, the things I look forward at Wonderfest seriously is looking at all the models and going to one of the workshops and
Yeah.
painting.
You really like that
love
workshop.
I love that.
Right there.
Yeah, and talking to people I met, and then looking around and watching all the nerds.
You know,
hot nerds.
the argument I have for you to go was because last time you were just after the surgery, you weren't as healthy, and now, you know how you went with TBRU. You were able to talk to people. You were going up and down the aisles. You went a couple of times, so I think you'd enjoy it more, and you might get more out of it. The only reason I would say go would be because you're more mobile now. And you
Yeah,
could
but
enjoy it.
every time I look at pictures of myself, like right now, I can see. I
Ba-
see.
baby, don't.
see fat.
Okay, you know, don't become.
So yeah, I still see.
Don't be Karen Carpenter.
I still see. Big, yeah. Yeah, I'm down to 288, 284, bouncing back and forth.
I mean, it's 270.
So
274.
it's coming down, but next month's a year, so I'm not.
Baby, you've done wonderful.
Amazing.
Last year I was on oxygen, and I tell people that, yeah.
So that's
I'm
like,
on-
when was your wedding last year? What, it was in April,
April.
wasn't
17th.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is our anniversary.
Oh,
Y'all got married on a Saturday, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was there. I was pretty sick.
Yep. That's why I was saying I was going to bring up a picture from last year, 1 year ago. And yeah, there's a huge difference. Look, your head looked like you got stung by like 2,000 bees all at the same time. It was,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, and work for me this week was intense. There was a lot of there were some changes about how we triage calls because they were just doing like they get a few lines and say, "Hey, doctor, what do you recommend?" And doctor goes, "Hey, holy shit, look at that."
Wow. Yeah, I remember.
I was a chub. Anyway,
and you still say you can't see a difference.
oh, I can't. I really can't.
Just look at your head only.
I know. I'm looking at my face, but my body, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so we're
You look
integrating.
incredible.
Thank you. We're integrating triage calls so we get more details. And you know how hard it is to get details out of a patient? Are you having shortness of breath?
Well, kind of sometimes, only when I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you having chest pains? Yeah, kind of, sort of. Well, from 10 being the worst, how do you rate it? A 9. Well, then you need to call it ambulance. No, it's not that bad. It's just occasionally I say, okay, but pulling out the answers and said, to try to get them to get more information for the doctor so they can have a picture of what
Right,
they say.
right,
Yeah, so
right.
it's taking a little longer.
Right.
I don't mind because the more information they got, the more they can tell me what to do. And so far, I've gotten responses from doctors. Yeah, this is a good plan. I agree with your plan. Let's go with it. So,
Nice.
yeah, I figured since I've been there almost 7 months, 7, I think it's time to.
but you're happy there, right?
Oh shoot, yeah. The only time I come home stressed out is when somebody calls at 4:30 and says, "Hey, I got all these appointments set up and I can't make it. I live in New Jersey and we got no, not at 4:30 in the afternoon. You're gonna call that, and you want no, stop it. It's next week.
Mm-hmm.
These people
You're
made
supposed to reschedule. that
yeah,
thing?
and they had to jump through hoops to get this set up because they're short techs. Baylor's short echo techs and things like that. They're short-handed because there's a big demand for them, and everybody, because of COVID and all that, it's just they're up. It's like shit. Really? Yeah. I'll help you. I'm thinking, what a dipshit. Okay, you live in New Jersey. You're Dallas.
Why is he coming here?
Because the doctors are really good.
There's not good doctors in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, but
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Mhm.
I was only born there. I can't.
but anyway, we took care of it. I mean, we try to be accommodating because we want them to be seen, right? So, Randy, I gotta ask. You going to the pool party, right? Are you bringing anything?
I'm bringing my famous calico bean bake.
Ooh.
Gonna go. Yeah.
It's a recipe that my mom made when I was a kid, and I've made it ever since.
So it's your mom's famous that you stole.
I'm sorry.
You inherited?
I inherited it. Yes.
Yeah.
It was always a hit at the picnics and potlucks that we went to.
Good.
I've just kind of carried it on, and it's a great recipe. It's easy to make.
Richter bean bake.
Keith, what are you bringing?
I have no idea. I've been trying to decide.
I got the.
I thought about grilling some chicken and just bringing a bunch of chicken legs.
Ooh, you better hurry and do that. I made red hot and blue potato salad. That's from the Red Hot and Blue restaurant. So I got to finish that up after the show. And I picked up buns and sliders. So they want Hawaiian rolls, buns, or something. I picked up some of those. So, but I think I got like 32 or something like that.
What's special about the red, white, and blue, or whatever that was?
It's just red potatoes that you boil to where it's just not quite super soft, just enough.
Mm-hmm.
You chop green onions real fine, and then you add mayo, salt, pepper, and celery seed, and it can be served at room temperature. It doesn't have to be super cold. But it's really good. Have you ever been to Red Hot and Blue restaurant, the barbecue?
I think we tried one during COVID lockdown, and we got takeout, and we weren't real impressed with it. We weren't. So I don't know. That was the one try.
We used to go to the one off 75 in Walnut. I think it is. That was really good. And then we went to a different one once, and I wasn't as impressed with it. I went to Meshach's barbecue yesterday.
I had a cousin, and her dad, my uncle, drove down from Minnesota because my cousin Debbie and my uncle Chris drove down, and his other daughter, Shelly, has a daughter, so it would be his granddaughter, Abby, who is on the University of Utah's women's gymnastics team, and the NCAA championship is heading this week in Fort Worth. So I went over and met them for lunch on Wednesday. We went to, and I've forgotten it, Derek Allen barbecue. It's really good. I was very impressed. So, and they enjoyed it too. So,
good.
But it was good to see them. They hadn't seen them in couple of years. So,
Wow.
Yeah,
It's always good to see family.
Yes, it is.
Almost always good to see family.
The Fort Worth Stockyard has some really good barbecue and dinners and stuff. Oops, I might have messed this up.
Yeah, I went to Meshach's. It's just a little walk-up stand. They have no tables, no restaurant, or no inside. You just walk up to the window and order.
We went to that
It's just delicious.
Italian Express, was it? What they call it?
Yeah.
The other day.
Italian Express, it was good. It's good.
Just the one across from Hunky's?
Hunky's, yeah. And
Huge pizzas.
Yeah. It's like the pizza you might buy at a mall. You know that.
it's better than that.
Oh, it's better. Yes, it's better.
Sbarro's?
Yeah, but it looks like that. Yeah. So, but the guys were really good. And I liked that. And the portions were big for that chicken parmesan that Doug and Sam got.
Yeah, their pasta portions are like,
Wow.
yeah. But
And
it's really good.
Yeah.
And you've got leftovers for another couple days.
So let's shift gears to the Celebrity Chubs. So this is going to be the last week where we do new ones, and then going forward, we're going to do the tiered thing with the people that have moved forward, and then we'll narrow it down to, and we'll find something else to talk about at that point. So last week in the running, Brad Grunberg had moved forward. We added Steve Sherpa, James Corden, Gilliard Sartan, so I can't pronounce that, and Gary Barsab.
Gaillard Chantan.
And it looks like Gilliard is moving forward. He got 10 votes. Steve got 9 votes. James Gordon got 4. And Brad didn't get any because you know why? Those nasty little pictures of him I couldn't put back up. So and here's the thing. I think Skipper moved forward, and he thinks Skipper should be there all the time. It's just, obviously, the bowls mattered, okay? And obviously, the risque pictures of Brad mattered. When they, Brad beat him out because of the types of pictures he had. So we know that if we stack the deck with pictures, if we can stretch I got 2 warnings, and I said I had to take them off. So, so anyway, so it looks like now when you put just regular pictures up, I guess it's more of a fair thing if you want to consider that. But if you have a hots for somebody,
All right.
so anyway, Gil is moving forward, and this is who Gil is. We're going to bring him up. He played in Fried Green Tomatoes as the girl's Kathy Bates' husband, and he talked about you put a good scald on that chicken. Yeah,
Right.
I remember him for. And she went to tear down the wall, and she said, "What are you doing?" Me coming home and Junior with a new model. What are you doing? Right. He is moving forward because he won last week, and so I put a call out for sports people. I got a few sports guys, so I've got like 3 sports figures and then one guy going forward. I can't remember if we did this guy or not. I should have done my search, but I don't know if we did or not. This guy. He is Dean Norris. Did we do him? I think we did him. Didn't we do him?
Yeah. I think Duke
I've never
nominated
done
him
him.
1 week.
Okay, so
He's good looking.
so I'm not going to put him forward if we did him again. But the next one is
Holy smacker!
is it Ken Hitchcock? Who is this?
He was the coach of the Dallas Stars a few years ago. I don't know where he's coaching now, but he's a hockey coach.
Right.
Dang, look at that boulder down there. I got to do a shout out real quick to Tim and Jason. They're listening in. Tim, we're deeply saddened by your loss,
Right.
and we're here to support
Yes, sir.
you.
Right.
So, peace and love to you guys. Okay.
Yeah, our hearts are with you, man. We
Yep.
are.
Yeah.
So and then I got ahead and added. I can't.
Tony Saragusa, the
Yep.
Goose.
Yep. Someone was kind enough to give me all this here, but the one on the left there is a montage of photos. But these 2 here, I think, show him at his glory as far as chubbiness is concerned. And a little, I don't know, is he wearing a? Is this him?
That's him.
That's him. It's all him. There's no cup there.
No cup.
Well, what happens when they get kneed in the nuts?
They get needed.
It hurts. It hurts a lot.
So he's really cute. He's looked like a tough little man there until he wears the Mickey shirt.
Yeah, he's not little.
Is there a reason they took the cups away?
Yeah, they want to hurt him. I don't know.
I don't know. Football players haven't worn them for a long time.
But they wear a jockstrap.
I'm going to assume so, or the athletic support shorts.
Haven't you been in the locker room? Aren't you supposed to know these things?
Yeah, it's been a long time. You know, things change. They don't wear the same type of pads, leg pads, and stuff they used to have either.
So if that bulge on the right is correct, then he's pretty.
He's got some big
nice
testes.
package.
Mm-hmm.
Nice package. So that's good. So maybe let's see if this one gets, and then of course we're gonna put Madden up.
Yeah.
He was always a handsome man, and he aged well. He aged very well.
I wonder if he made a lot of money off those Mad games.
I'm sure he did.
Oh my God.
Yes.
He made more money off that than he did at sportscast.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. They use his voice, right?
Yes.
I wonder if they'll be able to bounce his voice back and back.
And it's still going strong.
Yep.
Mad.
Yeah, it's a staple now. It's a thing.
So is he a redhead or what? He looks like a redhead.
Looks like he was redheaded because you got the sideburns here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what years these pictures were, but obviously he had had to be 70s, maybe 70s or 80s.
He was coaching in the 70s.
Yeah, so this would have been disco time.
Well, redhead guys look really good.
They do.
Yeah, they look good. Yeah.
So he had bushy eyebrows too. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's funny. The barber guy said, "Yeah, you don't mind if I shave your eyebrows?" No, it's a no. He said, "Yeah, some guys like them bushy and they want to fight you on it." I said, "No. There are people that just don't belong having eyebrows, unless you're Abe Vigoda." We went down a list of a couple actors. I didn't even think about him, so I'm thinking now. I'm thinking, oh, you shave those eyebrows, you lose Madden. So, anyway, so this week it's going to be we're going to move Gilliard Ford, Ken, Tony, and John Madden.
What happened to Zach Martin and Wade Phillips?
I didn't see them on there. I missed them.
They were the first 2 on there.
What do you
I
think?
know because I put them there.
Well, I didn't see them. I'm sorry.
Fuck, dog.
Okay. Well,
After the show, we'll
all right,
see. We'll see.
All right. I'll tell your husband.
Technology is not infallible.
No, it was me. I didn't see it. But, where were you, Mr. I didn't show up until 2 minutes before the show. Only because we changed it and you were being convenient for us. So,
Huh?
Moving on.
What?
so who? Where? So, anyway, once again, so it's going to be Gil. Is it Gail? Gaillard, right? It's
Gaillard.
Gaillard. And then Ken Hitchcock, Tony Saragosa, and then John Madden. So we'll move them forward.
Hilliard was hot when he was on Hee Haw too. I like seeing him in overalls.
Really? He was on.
Oh yeah. There was a lot of pictures of him. There's a lot of pictures of.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only one I could find that had him sort of chest. And Junior likes the chest hair.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we could see the whole thing, I would, but we can't. So
Right.
And he looks good here. As he aged pretty well. Like you figure this is younger, right? A little younger, older and older, but he's got no bulge, so he's got no penis. Maybe he's got a grower.
Yeah, that's possible.
Right? He is. I can't remember if he's dead or alive. I don't know if he's still alive or not.
I don't know.
Ask Alexa
No. We asked Google, and it just is.
or Google.
Leave me alone.
Google says ask Alexa.
Ask your smart speaker.
Junior says no. So those are going to be our chubs for this week, and then next week we'll bring the people that have won each heat, and then bring them forward, and we'll do a new vote and a new vote, and a new vote. So that's the goal. Unless people come up with some really good ones for next week. If you come up with something new that like, so I posted on our page. I posted a couple of things that I saw. One was, you seem to think I only like his music because he's chubby.
Wolfgang
Van Halen. And first, when I first saw him, I got the wrong impression of him. I thought I kind of thought he was, privileged. He was going to be stuck up because of his dad, and he's on stage and all that. But when I watched the video of his tribute to his dad after he passed away, apparently he had done the tribute before he passed, and his dad actually saw it before he died. And it shows how his dad was actually, from the moment he was born, was doting over this kid.
Right.
Was in his lap, was holding him, was feeding him, so when he's in like one of those little carrying things, and he's playing piano, and the kid's there, and he's on the couch playing guitar, and at one point you see the kid walk up to the guitar and he just start picking the strings, and you knew by looking at this video that this kid grew up with this. Mm-hmm. And there was genuine love there. And so I look at this kid thinking, I listened to some interviews that he did, and I looked at this kid and thought, this is someone that's actually probably a very sensitive human being, just happened to be very talented. Unless he was a complete moron, which he wasn't, he learned everything he could from, he got an uncle that's a great drummer. Mm-hmm. He's got a father that plays multiple instruments.
His grandparents were musicians too.
I think they were jazz, weren't they?
I know one of them played the piano. But Eddie started on piano.
Yeah, he said that when they moved to this country, the only thing they had was a couple bucks in the piano.
Right.
So, and I heard some interviews with him, and he's just this down to earth guy, and he's got to make his own way, So you look at the fact that he's used his dad's old first band name, Mammoth, and he's using his initials because he's not trying to capitalize on the name. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I get it. I get what you're saying. He's not. He is. I kind of get the early mid 90s, the grunge scene from Seattle. Mm-hmm. He has a little bit of that sound to it, his voice and the music the way he plays his music and all. But if you listen to the song "Distance," it's really good. I really think it's well. And I won't buy the album either, but I've got Spotify, so right. I don't have to buy the album. So I have been listening to it.
I listened to what I listened to. I listened to his album when it first came out because I follow some groups on Facebook, and they had been talking about it, and I listened to it, and I'm like, okay, but I didn't hear any songs that I would add to any of my playlist. I just wasn't that impressed with it.
So is his mom Valerie Bertinelli?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I've seen him on her show a couple of times.
Yeah. She has a show?
Yeah, she has a cooking show.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Food Network.
Where?
On Food Network.
Food Network.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know she had her own cooking show. I've seen her on the Bacon Challenge, though, with kids.
Yeah. I don't know if it's airing right now, but I'm sure you could find it in their archives.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching it the other day in the break room. Oh yeah, there's that guy that PJ's talking about, Woofy, and she makes all kinds of really good food. It's like what? But,
yeah, it's more down to earth kind of stuff,
right?
That is not intimidating, I guess.
Right.
Some of those, I don't watch Food Network anymore like I used to, because most of their evening content is all competition shows, which I find boring.
Yeah, and
it's like
And it's a formula. If you watch it, they all stand at a table,
Yeah.
and they're like, which food will be, and they go to commercial, and they, okay, now back, like, it's, yeah.
I watch Master Chef Junior and Master Chef.
Yeah.
Those are the only cooking shows I watch.
It's all, yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll catch a barbecue show.
The most, the guy I enjoyed the most was Elton Brown and his Good Eats shows.
Yes.
I learned more about food and cooking from him than I think anyone else.
Yeah.
Because he, was a bit anal retentive, but, just his knowledge of food science and why you do the things you do to make things the way they should be, ingredients and methods and,
makes it all make sense, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Been watching, he's got some new stuff coming on, I found on YouTube. Or not YouTube, I don't know where it is. I can't remember. But it's kind of an extension of the Good Eats, and then he's got some other stuff going on too. So,
Right.
Mark and I went to see him last fall. He was in at the theater out in Grand Prairie. He did a live show out there, which was a lot of fun.
So yeah, well, there's been a lot of stuff out in Grand Prairie. A lot of people, but that's a small, intimate venue. It's not really a big place.
I wouldn't call it intimate, but it's
about
smaller.
5,000 or more, isn't
It's
it?
not it's not an arena size.
Okay.
But
I thought it was like a smaller neighborhood kind of theater.
Maybe 5,000 to 7,000.
That's
Yeah.
still a lot of
It's-
people. That's
it's
still
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few concerts out there. I've seen Medea out there twice. The plays. Oh my God, they're so funny.
It's the thing is I've seen some of his stuff on YouTube, and his character always comes out with a gun and starts shooting. And I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
Speaking of guns, we were watching that movie the other night, and there's a flashback scene in the movie where they're playing guns, and I was looking at the little cap guns, the little silver guns, and now you can't have those things because they look too real, and even the fake ones are just, I remember as a kid having a cap gun, and now you're thinking, boy, anybody holds something as simple as that can wind up dead by a cop or something, or anybody.
That's happened.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Anyway, so listen, it's 11:54. We've been on about an hour. We have some things we need to do. We wanted to make sure we got our show in. We're getting ready to close the show. Keith, do you anything coming up? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want?
Just tell Steve happy anniversary tomorrow.
Cute.
Don't know what we're gonna do, but he's getting his infusion tomorrow.
Are you getting that cake from Doug's house after a year? Has it been?
We need to. Why don't you call him and ask him to bring it over?
Right.
If it's not on the way already.
Okay. And then I don't know. Baseball started about a week or two ago. That's kind of okay.
Yeah, but they keep pissing everybody off because they keep arguing about their money, and they're making millions already. And I'm not going to play if I don't get another million.
And the basketball playoffs start today. Mavericks.
All
doing
that does
pretty
is
good.
fuck things up on the TV schedule for me. Thank you, Keith.
And hockey also.
Oh yeah.
When do those playoffs start, or have they?
They haven't. They've still got a few games.
Few games left. Right.
The sport of dentists.
Are the Stars going to make the playoffs this year?
I don't know, but the Wild is.
Who?
The Wild, Minnesota Wild.
I don't watch hockey.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't watch baseball or hockey really,
Wild
or basketball. But I'll watch.
Beat the Stars on Friday, so Thursday, whatever. It was.
Okay.
So, and Randy, do you have anything you going on this week, or thing you want to say before we go?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Just
Well,
working in the yard.
how about the ordinary?
All right. How about the ordinary?
Yeah.
What?
You said nothing out of the ordinary. What about in the ordinary?
The ordinary. Okay. Yeah. Working in the yard.
Okay.
And I see my surgeon on Wednesday, and hopefully we'll get rid of the boot.
Well, that's good.
Shoot.
Yeah. How's that whole? So, if you overuse it still gets sore. Obviously, like yesterday, you said you were out and about a little bit.
Yeah.
And last week you were walking a lot. So we did a couple things last week that
Yeah. I'm sure it'll take a little bit longer to get back to normal, but it's feeling much better overall.
Sometime we have to talk about if you're willing, talk about your venture into the penis shots.
Oh, okay.
We'll do that next time, though. But
What?
yeah, we'll talk about that. But Junior and I want to try it because neither of us are having much sex because it just doesn't work anymore. Well, his works, but usually at 4 a.m. as an alarm clock.
Everyone's works at
Probably
4
more
a.m.
because
He
he
doesn't
has
work at 4 a.m.
probably more because you have to pee than anything. Got that piss hard on.
When Junior gets hard, though, man, I'm going to tell you right there, it stands straight.
Let's see. This week we have the pool party today.
Yep.
Next weekend we have
It's Easter this weekend, too, isn't it?
Easter weekend.
Easter, Passover, and Ramadan. It's like one weekend. It's like, I don't know how often that happens, but it's pretty rare.
All the religions get out and fight.
Yeah, they are doing that now. Let's see what else. So I was going to say something else. Oh, we went to Nate's last night. It was a good experience.
It was nice.
I liked it. It would sit on the patio. It was a nice breeze.
I'm amazed at the business that place does.
Oh, yeah.
Given the food is okay. It's not.
No, it
fabulous,
wasn't. No,
but it's really expensive.
yeah.
Like Mark had soft shell crabs, $40, $39.
Yeah, my dinner was
Wow.
42. I didn't realize it was that expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, they said market value. So
Yeah.
they could charge anything they
Most
want.
of the things on the menu do not have a price. You have to ask.
So they can just make it up. Oh, they were assholes. Add $50.
Yeah.
The crawfish was good.
Right.
The shrimp was good. And they had this wonderful bowl of juicy drippings and all this so fucking good.
Junior was having a good time with the garlic toast.
Oh yeah.
I noticed that.
Yes. Garlic toast. They put garlic toast, olive oil, and garlic at the bottom of it. They put hot bread on it. Shit's fucking good. Shouldn't have had it, but it was good.
But at
Yay,
least he
bread.
saved, at least he saved you
Junior
some.
had my 3 pieces.
At least he said he saved you some stuff. Some.
I didn't get no toast.
What, you thought he was going to save that for you? Boy, you should be lucky for what you got.
Right.
Yeah. I gave you some shrimp and crawfish. And I ate a lot. Anyway, so we have to get busy. I have to finish things up. PJ has to run over to what's his name? So
What's a love demo? Is that with the penis shots or what?
Who?
Mark Good says love demo, baby.
Oh, I don't know.
Then live demo. I think he meant live demo.
Live.
Yeah. Well, you could do a live making love demo with the penis shot thing. And
Yeah. Well, there we go.
well, we'll
be
keep it.
banned for
We'll
life.
keep it family friendly.
we'll blur out the good
Hell
stuff.
no, we won't make it.
Bye, everybody.
All right, guys, you guys have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye. Rock on.
You're listening to Girth and Mirth Bears on the PJ and Friends Radio Network. Dallas, Texas.